Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, in this short video, we're going to be going over what exactly is the tanween. So the tanween is an extra noon that is added to a letter, which is pronounced and not written. Rather, it is represented by the doubling of the vowel. So what does this mean? Tanween is a type of diacritic. And we covered that diacritics are little squiggles and accents that are placed above letters or below letters in any language or many languages to signify a specific rule concerning their pronunciation. So the tanween is a type of diacritic because it's a type of sign that is placed on top or below the word or the letter. And it's indicating that the pronunciation of this letter is going to be in a specific fashion. So that's why it's called a diacritic. So what is the pronunciation that the tanween signifies or indicates? It indicates that you're going to pronounce the letter, but you're going to pronounce it with an extra n sound to it. So for example, the way that I will pronounce this right here, which is a ta with a dhamma on it, followed by a noon, I would pronounce this by saying tun. And likewise here, if I was to pronounce this here, a ta with a fatha on it, followed by a noon with a sukoon, I would say tan. And likewise here, I would say tin. So what the tanween is that fundamentally it is a sign that you're going to place above the letter, which is going to indicate that you're going to make this n sound. So the tanween is an extra noon that's added to the letter, which is pronounced. You can hear it, tun, tan, tin, but it's not actually going to be written. You're not actually going to see the noon as you can see here, but rather this noon that you see here in red, instead of actually being written, is going to be represented by doubling the vowel. So one fatha is going to become two fathas. One kasra is going to become two kasras. One dhamma is going to become two dhammas, or a squiggle that's a slightly different like this. And what is this indicating? It's indicating that you're going to add the n sound to this vowel. So instead of just saying tu and ta and ti, you're going to say tun, tan, tin. So the first mark here is the fatha. Is the fatha that was in ta here. And it's representing that the vowel is going to be a. But the second mark here is a tanween, and it's representing the noon. Because the tanween is an extra noon that's added to a letter which is pronounced tan, but it's not written. Rather, it's represented by the doubling of the vowel. So instead of one fatha, you have two fatha. The second fatha is there to indicate the tanween. Same thing for tin, same thing for tun, and so on and so forth. So that is a tanween in the Arabic language. Now, so far, we've covered 5 different diacritics. And diacritics in the Arabic language are called tashkil. Diacritics in the Arabic language are called tashkil. And so far, we've covered 5 different types of tashkil in the Arabic language. We covered the fatha, which is a mark on top that represents the vowel a. We covered the kasra, which is a mark on the bottom of the letter, which represents the sound e, or the vowel e, I should say. And the dhamma, which is a type of mini wow on top of the letter that represents the sound u, or the vowel u. We covered the tanween, which represents a doubling of the vowel or an extra noon that's added, ban, bin, bun. And likewise, we covered the sukoon, which is a small circle or half circle that's placed above the letter, which represents that the letter has no vowel. So it's important to note that the fatha and the kasra and the dhamma are a specific subgroup of tashkil of diacritics that are referred to as harakat. So many times you're going to hear people say the haraka on the letters of fatha, or the haraka on the letters of kasra, or the haraka on the letters of dhamma. What this means is that harakat are a subgroup of diacritics, a subgroup of tashkil, which represents specifically the fatha, the kasra, and the dhamma. So we have the tashkil, which is a general term which refers to any diacritic in the Arabic language, so any type of dot or squiggle that's placed above or below the letter to represent a specific pronunciation rule. All of these are called tashkil. Under this broad umbrella term, there's a subterm which is harakat, and harakat are a subgroup of tashkil, which are specifically the fatha, the kasra, and the dhamma, which represents the 3 vowels in the Arabic language. So these are the 5 tashkil that we've covered so far, and later on, inshallah, in later videos, we'll cover the other types of tashkil in the Arabic language.